Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Asset Tour and Travel, welcome to Keukenhof, the Garden of Europe. Let me introduce myself and my crew. I am Matthew Tupatius, but you can call me Matthew as your guide today. In front of you, there is our professional driver. Say hello to Mr. Charlie and say hello to Mr. Rahul as our co-driver.
Hello, Mr. Charlie. Hello, Mr. Raul.
How's your sleep and how's your breakfast today?
Last night I slept very well because the room is very spacious and clean and I really enjoy my breakfast. Thank you for asking.
Wow, I'm happy to hear that. Hope you all enjoy staying at the hotel and I hope you are enjoy your breakfast today. Well, it's such a pleasure to meet you in Keukenhof and we will discover that this garden has a lot to offer and we will find even more to see in Keukenhof than your expectation. So, are you ready guys?
Ready?
Okay, let's go Mr. Charlie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to tell you about the safety precaution and I hope you all can listen and understand carefully.
Okay.
First, we have to keep the destination clean with throw the garbage in place. Second, we have to polite and have a good attitude in everywhere we go. Okay, I think it's enough and if there are any questions, let me know so I can giving you the answer and more information that I know.
Thank you. I think it's enough.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we will arrive at our destination. Before you leave the bus, please check your belongings and don't forget to step carefully and keep stick with the group. Thank you.
Keukenhof is the most famous and largest flower garden in the world, which is located not far from Amsterdam. This park was created in 1949 by the candidate for mayor of Leipzig, who is a small town near Amsterdam. The park opened to the public in 1950 and received 200,000 visitors in its first year. Initially, the garden was created for a flower exhibition so that flower growers from across the Netherlands and Europe could exhibit flowers that would help the Netherlands become the world's largest flower exporter. According to its official website, the Keukenhof Park covers an area of 32 hectares or 79 acres. And in autumn, the 40 gardeners there plant around 7 million flowers, which are planted once a year. The Keukenhof is very famous, its tulips and there are many other flowers as well, including water hyacinths, daffodils, lilies, roses, carnations, and roses. This park has a different themes each year. Each year, this flower garden will feature new themes and exhibition and complete with activities for flower garden visitors to enjoy. This year, Keukenhof chose the theme World of Colors.
May I ask, what are the theme at the Keukenhof in the last 3 years?
Well, in 2018, the theme of the Keukenhof Flower Garden was romance. In 2019, the theme was flower power, and in 2020, the Keukenhof Flower Garden was closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, furthermore, at Keukenhof there are 5 types pavilion and 1 meal each of which has its own unique.
Wow, that's very good. Wow, that's very good. What are the names of the pavilions that are here?
There are several pavilions at Keukenhof. The first is the Juliana Pavilion. This Juliana Pavilion is a pavilion that displays the history of the garden, that display the history of the tulips flower from the 17th century to become an icon of the Netherlands today. Then there is the second one, the Orange Nassau Pavilion. This pavilion features new flower shows every week, where visitors can rate and vote for their favorite flowers. Then the most flower voting will be sent show in the following week. Next, the third is the William Alexander Pavilion, which was built in 1996. In this pavilion, there are hundreds of thousands of tulips and lilies, and there is one of the first highlight glass constructions they created that has never been described before. In this pavilion, we can see tuber flowers, cut flowers, and pot plants inside the William Alexander Pavilion. Then the fourth is the Beatrix Pavilion. In the Beatrix Pavilion's area, there is a restaurant for lunch. Beside that, in the Beatrix Pavilion, we can see the most beautiful European orchid flower display, where each flower has the names written on it. And the fifth is the Wilhelmina Pavilion. Our Wilhelmina Pavilion is one of the restaurants is Keukenhof Holland, and around it there is a very beautiful lily flower gardens. In this Keukenhof, there is also one type of wine mill. In this wine mill area, there are also many kinds of flowers, so it is perfect as an icon to take good picture against the wine mill's background. There is also a river near this wine mill where tourists can rent a whisper boat to go along the river in the area.
Now, there are several buildings in this garden where you will be able to find shops, indoor flower shows, toilets, and also cafes and restaurants.
Excuse me, could you tell me the nearest building, please? I need to go to the toilet.
Oh, the Iron Building is just right there on the left side of the main entrance.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Does anyone else needs to go to the toilet?
No.
No? Okay. So, there will be one place where we'll be going later. It's called the Mill. It is a picnic area where you will be able to find windmill and also a whisper boat. It is an electrically propelled boat.
Are there any special event happening during a specific time?
Of course, because Guggenheim only has a limited time period of opening the garden to visitors, so there are several events planned out to do. For example, on 2021, on March we have opening weekend, which you will find the garden on its best presentation. So it is recommended to visit during this time. And then we have Dutch Heritage Weekend, where you will experience the 16th century of Holland. And then on April, we have Easter weekend, flower market, flower parade. The parade is a traditional Dutch parade where you will find the parade float decorated with flowers. And then also Kingsdag, it is, or King's Day in English. And move on to May, the last month, we have Bird of Prey show and also Romance at Keukenhof, which is a Mother's Day. So those are the events that will be held on 2021. To make sure our tour went by safely and smoothly, I will be explaining to you some of the terms and regulations of the park. First, entrance ticket must be kept during your visit at the garden, and then presented at the request of the Keukenhof staff. And once you left the park, the entrance ticket will no longer be valid. Second, please be careful during your visit at the Keukenhof garden, because if you damage any object or any flowers, Keukenhof has the right to ask the visitors for recover and repairing cost from the visitors. So please do not do anything silly. Third, photographs and filming are allowed at the garden, but you cannot take one by using drones because in connection with other visitors' safety. Also, the photographs and the film that you've taken are not allowed to be published anywhere. It is only for personal use only, except if you have a written permission of the Keukenhof management. Dogs are allowed at the garden, except for the pavilions, shops, restaurants, and other buildings. And it is advised for them to be leashed. Dangerous objects such as fireworks or sharp objects are forbidden at the park. Kukenov staff are authorized for taking custody of those items. Please do not visit the garden under the influence of alcohol or narcotic substances because it may disturb the public order or other visitors' safety. If not wearing an appropriate attire or harasses another visitors, he or she will be immediately be removed from the park.
And what is the appropriate attire to visit the garden?
Appropriate attire, as understood, is at least a shirt, trousers or shorts, and shoes. If there are any emergencies or accidents, please contact the Kukenov reception, which is 252-465533. Or you can also notify the nearby Kukenov staff. It's where you'll find out whether your items are found or not. Now, I'm going to remind you to always keep an eye on your personal belongings, but if you do lost something, hopefully not, you can go to the Kukenov website and search for Lost and Found section. And on this section, you will find an I Lost button. If there is indeed your lost item there, to collect them, you will be answering several questions to make sure that you are the owner. And after that, you can either pick it up from the counter or have it sent it to your house. Outside the topic of Kukenov, I just want to give you a little information about money exchange. Just in case if you ran out of money and you need to exchange it. The best money changer here in Amsterdam are Amsterdam Pot Change, GWK TravelX, Surrey Change, and Sunbro Change. I guess those are the informations that I can give you at the moment. I hope you can understand it clearly. And now we are going to start a tour. Hello, Mr. Hernandez. I'm sorry, but I was left behind from the group. Can you help me?
Yes, I will help you. And where your position now?
I'm at the main entrance at the moment.
Okay. From where you are now, you have to cross the river first.
Okay, I have crossed the river. Where should I go now?
After you cross the river, there is a three-fork road. You have to take the middle road. After that, you turn right toward the big building called Orange Nassau.
Okay, I'm at that big building.
And now, you go straight again. After that, you will meet the branch of road. You just follow the road that turn right.
Okay, I just made a right. And now at my left, there is a river and a small bridge.
Yes, there you are. You cross over that small bridge. That just follow the direction of the road. Then turn right.
Okay, wait a second. I just crossed the river and made a right.
Okay. Now you just have to walk straight me and you will meet me.
Oh, okay.
And I see you and I waving.
Okay, I've seen you too. Thank you for helping me.
Okay, you're welcome.